Welcome back. I'm Randy Bueller, joined by freshly minted playoff competitor Andy Probasco. Nice job.
Thank you. Nice job to yourself, as you're freshly minted yourself, more or less.
I'm content with the 2-1. I'm happy with the 2-1. Who might buy through to the semifinals? Playoffs is going to be 3 weeks. So the first week, all the 4-2s gather. The second week, the 5-1s stick in. And then if anybody had managed to go 6-0, they would have a bye all the way through to that final week. There will not be a 6-0. We're done. There are no 3-0s left. I was the last one. So 5-1 will be the best anybody gets. There's still people that can join me in the semifinal round, but nobody will get to buy straight through the finals. Good job on the quarterfinals, though. You're through.
Yeah, thanks. That was that game had a lot of swings in it, I would say, especially the last one.
Yeah, no, it was a super fun game. Yeah, I mean, your deck is great call, I think, with the deck, 4 main deck Pyroblasts, and 2 of your opponents showed up with Paradoxical Outcome. So that worked out. That was just super smart by you. I mean, I want to rail against the one Lavinia, and of course you draw. And I'm sitting on Repeal and Yogg-Will. So like, I'm going to Repeal. Of course you're going to counter it, but then I can Yogg-Will it back. Like I can cast multiple 3-mana spells on the turn once I get 3 lands in play. But yeah, and you can't Pyroblast a Yogg-Will. So I thought I was going to win that game through Lavinia. I just could not come up with the lands.
Yeah.
So that was, but I mean, that's just good metagaming on your part, right? Lavinia was great tonight. You drew her 1 main, 1 side. Seemed like a reasonable setup for that deck. How do you feel about your deck in general?
I liked it. I mean, obviously it went well. It was definitely metagamey for what I expected to be 2 outcomes and a dredge. Now, I did not expect Shop's Dredge, and I was not really prepared for it, but it worked out. The mana base is pretty bad if there were a workshop deck. But I liked running the 4 Pyroblasts and the Painters, but I don't think I won with Grindstone. I don't think I won a game with Grindstone. It was almost all.
You got 1. Kevin conceded it once when you had it. You had it on the stack.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. But most of it was Tinker Claw.
To be fair, you could have won that game with Monastery Mentor, I believe, on the same turn. But
sure. Fair enough.
Yeah, no, great call. I've messed around with decks like that. You think it's a little too metagamey to run in like a challenge or a league?
Maybe. I think you could build it differently. 4 colors is very greedy, and I just felt like I wouldn't be punished for that this time. I think you could cut either the white or the black and have something. It is when you build the deck with 3 or 4 Painter Servants, you can run 5 red blasts, and they're good against shops. They're good against everything when you have like 4 Painter Servants. But that's not the way I put it together today.
Fair enough.
Though a lot of times building it does sort of feel like you're playing like a Jeskai Mentor deck with a bunch of grindstones in it that don't really do too much on their own. Sometimes it feels that way, but it can race some decks too.
Well, great call. You are through to the playoffs. As far as the playoffs are concerned, we've got our results. I got to 5-1. You got to 4-2. Kevin and Aaron, a little more than a show match here, though. There are prizes for the Minted Super League. Nice folks at Wizards of the Coast for provide booster packs on Magic Online for us. So every spot in the standings matters. And it's like, I don't know. I've got the chart, but there's not actual nothing on the line. There are some pixels. There's some digital objects.
Pixels are good.
I like digital objects. Sounds like our players are ready. 1 match left on the evening. It should be a fun one, whatever's on the line. Let's go watch it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Kevin Cron with his take on the Paradoxical Outcome deck. He's got turn 1 Fish, Mystic Remora. I never could figure out if that was good against Aaron's deck. I think it's pretty bad, but like you might draw some lands when she plays her spheres and stuff. Not when she's on the play, though.
Yeah. It's not as exciting there.
Well, she's got the dredge half of the deck. We've seen a lot of workshop starts out of her. We've seen a lot of, Ancient Tomb into Null Rod or Sphere of Resistance as her turn 1 play. This time, it's a good old-fashioned turn 1 Bazaar. Discarding, Bloodghast, Dredger.
Yeah, I mean that's everything she wants in the graveyard. A
Pretty
treasure on
much.
both creatures.
Oh, she's thinking about the Riftstone portal as a discard so that she can play Sphere of Resistance next turn off 2 Bazaars. That's cute.
Yeah, that's not bad. If the opponent were not an outcome, then maybe not. But the Sphere is probably really important.
Yeah, I like that line. I think that seems better than getting a prized amalgam going next turn.
Especially because the Grave Troll's there, so she could even get lucky, get it anyway.
Potentially. Well, get a different one, yeah.
Yeah, not the same one.
All right, Kevin decides to lead on Brainstorm. He's got the Time Vault in his hand with a Mox Pearl. It's a potentially explosive draw if he can find a key or a tutor. Sphere of Resistance is not going to be his friend, though, and I do not see a Force of Will.
Yeah. Now, having the Time Vault is kind of nice when your opponent has spheres because it's not a big mana investment to win that way.
That's true. Right? Yeah. Erin declines the upkeep Bazaar because her plan is to tap Bazaar for mana. Does dredge with her draw step. Comes up with an Icarid for later. Just the one blood gas, but here's Thorn of Amethyst.
Yeah, I like that line a lot.
I think Sphere is strictly better because she's not ever summoning a creature, but
could be true.
It's like one card difference if Kevin draws it. Mentor or I think he might have one Snapcaster. Oh, he has a Sai, of course.
Oh, that's true. I haven't got to see that hit play, but
no,
it could be relevant here. It is possible she was running her weaker card into a potential Force of Will.
Oh, that's a good point. I think you're right. That's almost certainly why she sequenced him that way. Good point. She doesn't get to see his hand, does she? He's so much easier to play. Oh, right. He found the key.
Ooh, yeah.
He set up his deck where he drew the Time Vault, then cracked a fetch land to shuffle stuff away, brainstormed into the Voltaic key.
Yeah. Now, won't get it this turn or next turn.
Yeah. Does he have time? How quickly can she actually kill him? I see 2 prized amalgams that are going to be triggered by this Icarid. I don't know if he's got time.
Gotta be close.
Oh, wow. No Rod, too. He plays half of it. She may, I don't know if she's found a Dakmor salvage. She's found a, no. She doesn't have the mana to cast the Null Rod. It's the tricky bit. She could dredge a Dakmor salvage, but it comes into play tapped.
Yeah. If she naturally draws a land on her turn, which is there's plenty of lands in the deck. It's reasonable.
Yeah, it's not crazy. Oh, she did dredge Dakmor salvage draw step, so that was all upkeep. So she can play.
Oh yeah, both Bazaars were in play. Yeah, she's got a turn for that.
Yep. Well played. So this attack for 5, that's going to trigger 2 prized amalgams. Oh, and she's got another Bloodghast.
Yeah. Is that 2 or 3?
It might be 3. I think it's 3. Yeah, she found a third. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He's assuming there's the IC Stinkweed dip. Kevin's actually dead next turn. That Thorn of Amethyst did all the work necessary to hold off Vault Key. She had it covered with the Null Rod anyway if she needed another turn, but she doesn't.
Yeah, all the dredge pieces came together that game.
Yeah, the Thorn, this dredge roll was not good enough. This was very much the odd couple, right?
Absolutely.
The Riftstone portal, so she could cast Thorn of Amethyst off the Bazaars. Got the job done. Wow, is that good even if you don't have workshops in your deck? Riftstone portal does some interesting things.
I mean, you could throw in some city traders. You have options.
Yeah, there's definitely some interesting stuff going on here for sure. Yeah, Kevin's just got a preordained and he's going to come up short. Vault Key is not actually going to get it done.
Yeah, Erin is, I think, 0-2 in matches now, but watching the games.
Yeah, she's got 2. She's won a game in both matches.
But the deck looks good. Even a lot of the games that she lost, the hands look a lot smoother than I would have guessed just looking on paper.
Yeah, she's done interesting things in pretty much all 7 of the games she's played. I don't think if we had one where she just did nothing. I'm not sure we have.
No. So, all right. So here's the big question now. Now I got to see against you. She boarded in everything. All the
what did she take out?
ones.
I couldn't figure out what she took out.
So 4 ley lines are easy. She actually takes out a lot of dredge cards.
Okay.
So the actual Golgari Grave Trolls and takes out the Sea Imps.
Okay.
And I think part of the idea is that she has a lot of extra time, and the dredge cards aren't as important if you have more turns.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's bringing in a lot of cards and the ley lines of Sanctity. But right now, she's not bringing in the lands at the moment. She's probably maybe thinking about it, but
she might be reeling from all the repeals I've done apparently. Kevin only has one, though. I have twice as many repeals as he does.
Mm-hmm.
Although we both have a Caracas.
Yeah. And of note, she has those 3 Leyland of Sanctity. It just so happens that you and Kevin, all your graveyard is targeted.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how PO is going to set itself up, right? It wants Stormbound's Crypt so that if it doesn't need to blow it, it's part of the engine. It wants Hurkyl's Recall because that's what you've got for the Shops matchup anyway, which is also targeted. Like, more important than the Tormod's Crypt in my mind is the fact that it shuts off Hurkyl's Recall.
Yeah.
And shuts off Tendrils of Agony, although often when you're tendrilsing them out, you could like mentor a bazillion tokens and find the Time Walk.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, she's been sideboarding out Icarids. I hadn't seen Icarid much tonight. That explains why. All right. So she left it at the Dark Depths package in the sideboard this time.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Going to rely on the dredge creatures and all the hate.
How do you mulligan with this deck? Like, you don't just mulligan to Bazaar, right?
I think you want to mulligan to Bazaar, but there are a lot more acceptable hands.
Like, there's a lot of hands that you keep. Like, do you keep Leyline of Sanctity? Apparently not.
That's tough.
Ugh.
This is
as soon as I said she'd had no dysfunctional games.
That's true.
Like, curse of the announcer, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Falling apart. Yep. And really, unfortunately, if this were a standard pitch dredge list, a 2-card hand with Bazaar still has game, but this is not ideal. So I think she's
one land and a null rod. I like that. I think that makes sense, especially in this matchup. Like, in this matchup, she's a null rod deck. Is a lot of what she is.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Kevin didn't keep that many cards either. What did he keep?
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, it must have been a 5-card hand with just lands and ancestral.
Hello, there's the second mana for null rod. Kevin has found his Force of Will.
And brainstorm sort of exactly what Kevin wants right now with this kind of hand.
Shuffle tendrils away. Oh, he's still got his Lavinia.
Yeah, the opening hand wasn't that exciting, but it's coming together fast.
Lavinia is probably pretty good in this match, right? Or wait.
There's not much. I boarded mine out.
Aren't being cast, they're just coming into play.
So it would stop a free hollow one.
Stops hollow.
But only if only if 3 cards are discarded, which will always be the case in this deck.
I was thinking, I guess it does less here than it normally does against Dredge. I think Lavinia is still a useful thing against Dredge. It's not going to beat them single-handedly, but it's annoying. She doesn't have any of the cards that stops, though, other than the hollow.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, she goes for the no rod. Totally made sense. That's the best you're going to get out of a 3-card draw. Like, that card against a paradoxical outcome deck is often just game over. They have to find an answer for it. But he had the Force of Will. Now he's at Pyrrhic Tutoring. Feels like we're going to get a game 3 out of this.
Yeah.
Oh, he's vamp tutoring with a demonic in his hand.
Now, not enough mana to just grab Vault Key and win immediately, but
It's a 2-turn Vault Key. Like, he has to give her one more turn, and then I believe he can have Vault Key set up.
Yeah.
But does he go for it? He's got to worry about the next Null Rod or the next Sphere, right? She's got 2 cards in her hand and 2 mana.
Might be able to set up a very good Will. Like a...
Okay. He goes for Black Lotus. Is that so we can Black Lotus, Demonic Tutor, Yogg-Will?
Yeah, that's definitely a good... I don't know for sure that it's the best, but it's definitely a good play. That's going to give you, a land from the yard, Lotus from the yard, Ancestral, another DT, right? I don't think it's a win unless Ancestral draws some artifact mana, but...
Well, she's seen enough.
Good
it's
enough,
a win if you demoralize your opponent. That's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, when I said I don't think it's a win, there's not much Aaron could have drawn on her turn.
Right. From Kevin's perspective, he's like, what can I do now before I give her the chance to play another Sphere? Mm-hmm. And Aaron's looking at like a hollow one and whatever the other card was, saying, nope, never mind. Not interested.
So she's got to think if she wants to bring in the Depth Stage. Looks like Kevin might be changing something too, but I didn't get a good look at what it was. Two ley lines, but probably a powder hand.
That hand is turn 1 Thorn. With a Wasteland and a Strip Mine, I think I keep that one.
It's pretty disruptive.
Yeah, I keep that. I mean, Grave Troll and Prize Amalgam are just kind of hanging out, waiting for Bazaar to come along. All right, Kevin forces pitching a Hurkyl's Recall. But that's kind of what his hand did. Now he's on 1 Vampiric Tutor. Nothing in particular to combo with. Yeah, I don't have the Vampiric Tutor in my build. This is a matchup where it seems like it should be better against sort of Shops type decks, right? Where you can sometimes beat them with 1 card.
Yeah.
I don't like getting into blue matchups.
I totally agree with that.
Like the matchup against you, I'm not positive this is right, but I tested a couple of matches against somebody playing your deck, and I took all my Force of Wills out after sideboarding. I think it's a grindy matchup. Like, I'm the beatdown, you're the control deck, and I just have to present enough threats that I can run you out of permission and eventually resolve something, which is kind of how that second game played out, right? I ran you out of permission. I got off like a Desire for 4 or 5. That didn't get anywhere, but I top decked an outcome. And
yeah, the deck has a lot of counters, but it doesn't. It's not like it has a bunch of draw spells to like refill my hand like a classic control deck would.
That's why I think I can run you out. I mean, obviously, I just have to hope you don't draw, but it's like 2 Grindstone, 2 Painter Servant. So I'm essentially betting that you don't draw the combo.
Yeah, which is
basically can't stop it. Like,
it's slow compared to outcome, the combo for sure.
Right. All right. So Kevin just ran Vampiric for Ancestral here,
which seems fine. There's not much else going on the hand.
Net +1, but the good news is you have your Ancestral around where you can recast it. Sure.
Fireman Ties is a nice backup plan if Aaron does draw another lock piece.
She can hardcast Hollow One if she wants to next turn.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, I think it's better to strip the Tundra. These outcome decks are down to like 13 lands. I think you just attack.
Yeah, especially because there's the chance that Kevin doesn't have another land.
Right.
And just shuts things down right away.
Yeah, I like this line. Well, hardcast Hollow One when we run out of strip mines.
That's fine. Oh, Lotus.
Black Lotus, Yawgmoth's Will.
Pretty nice.
Again? Isn't that what happened last game?
Last game you had to tutor for it. Yeah. That's going to be a good turn.
Do you just go for it here, right? She has actual 0 instance in her deck, so there's nothing to play around. Free. In the moment, it's more of fear of what she's going to draw or do next. I think you just go for the value Yogg-Will. There's an Ancestral, there's a Vampiric, there's a land. Yeah, I think you get land, Ancestral, Vampiric, and then call it good.
Is there anything that you would get with the Vampiric before Ancestraling? Like a Sai or a Mentor? I'm not sure.
His mana's a little tight. It's a fair point.
I could see, and I would be tempted to just play the Ancestral first to see what would be good to vamp for.
If you draw either a Vault or a Key, then you can vamp for the other one.
Yeah. I guess he knows for sure that Aaron has no hate right now because she would have played it off that workshop. So it's not too scary, like you're going to walk into a Null Rod or something.
Yeah.
He's going to vamp
first.
All right.
What does he vamp for? Yeah. When he draws it off this Ancestral Recall. Oh, could be Mentor, and he's going to cast it first. That's reasonable. Yeah, I like it. Her deck is really soft to Monastery Mentor. This is smart. I like this line from Kevin.
Yeah, with no Bazaar yet, not putting a lot of pressure down.
Yeah, she can't really race. Like a normal dredge deck, sometimes with bridges, they can go wider than you can go, but her deck just can't. So
that's exact 3 cards that he wants to draw off that Ancestral.
Mox, and a Divining Top. Yeah, that works.
Doesn't get much better than that.
He might have liked a blue card, although honestly, just going all in on Mentor here is fine. Looks like we're gonna have the full spread of records tonight. You got the 3-0, I got the 2-1. Kevin is going to 1-2, and Aaron somehow, despite winning 3 games and looking good in most of the others, is going to end up with the unfortunate 0-3.
I was very scared of the Aaron matchup. I have no answers to a Merilage. But so she can play a hollow one here, but
a blocker.
Probably not going to be enough.
You can't fragmentize it. CMC 5.
That's true.
You cast it for 0 so often, it seems like you should be able to fragmentize it, but nope.
It's true. I know this is true of every format, but I always love how hyper-specific cards give me in Vintage, and how just the printing of Hollow One, in addition to everything else it did, just change Fragmentize just a little bit.
Totally did. Yeah, I run Disenchant sometimes now.
Yeah, just that one.
Just old school Disenchant.
Gets the job done.
Yeah, sometimes they Chalice 1, so it's nice to have it 2 sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah, that Time Walk should pretty much do it here. Wow, another game 3. But another loss for Aaron. Mm-hmm. Fun deck. Cool deck.
Yeah.
Kevin winds up 1 match short, so he goes 2-1-1-2, 1-3-3. He will be just on the wrong side of the bubble when the standings shake out for playoffs. But you and I will be there.
All right. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Awesome. This is a fun night of Magic.
Yeah. All 3 matches were good. We got to see some hot numbers.
We did.
Yeah.
All right, we're halfway through our second set of the second set of matches. Next week we've got 4 more players who will be coming. I think we have a graphic and show you guys who's up. Maybe I can do it from memory. There we go. The great one, Bob Maher, will show up to wreck hopes and dreams. He's the other one who is out of playoff contention, but that's not going to stop him. He said it great. We talked to him. I had him on for the last match, his night in the first set, and he's like, still matters to somebody. There's still somebody trying to make playoffs. I'll be fine. I got plenty to play for. Any cost, indeed. He will be joined by Rachel Agnes, Brian Kelly, and Brian Koval. Probably going to have to do some last names there to keep Koval and Kelly straight. Standings wise, right, Bob is on 0-3. Oh, Brian Koval is also 0-3. Right, this is kind of the week where they have the weakest records coming in. Bob and Koval are both 0-3. Brian Kelly 1-2, needs to run the table, but that is a man who's very capable of running the table. Rachel Agnes is actually leading the pack. She put up a 2-1 in her first matchup, so Rachel needs 2 wins. Brian needs 3, and Kelly needs 3. Koval and Bob Maher will be trying to stop them from getting them.
I got a Facebook message from Brian Kelly earlier today saying, Andy, I love your deck. And I immediately said, oh, well, I'm going to go 0-3 or I'm going to go 3-0. Brian Kelly loves my deck. I don't know which it's going to be yet.
Oh, that's funny.
It worked out.
That's awesome. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. We are done for this evening. Tune in same time, same place next week. We'll see who else is going to make the playoffs. 2 weeks left in the regular season before we get to those elimination rounds. We'll find out who's going to join Andy and I, who's going to join the guys from last week. See you next week, everybody.
See ya.